get to our top stories this morning. The impasse between the House GOP and DFL continues this week.
It does, and it's led to all kinds of dysfunction. Secretary of State Steve Simon tried to gavel in the session just to learn there weren't enough representatives present.
A quorum is not present. The House is adjourned until 3:30 p.m. Tuesday, January 28th, 2025.
Okay, so here we go. GOP House Leader Lisa Demuth made a motion to deny Democrats their salary and per diem for all the days that they've missed. But with half the chamber sitting empty, that proposal probably isn't going anywhere. One seat is undecided. That could tie the House. That's if the DFL wins a special election. They want the GOP to agree to share power until that election.
It would be a penalty, you know, I mean, you don't show up for work. Why should you get paid? The simplest thing that could solve all of this is if one Democrat would have the boldness to come in and do what they were elected to do.
The Minnesota House DFL would like to operate under the power sharing agreement that we negotiated once we return to a tie. And the Minnesota House Republicans would like to continue to run the House as though they had a majority.
Now remember, the House is still not in session. We're officially 2 weeks in. It looks like the same will happen today with the House being gavelled in, only to be dismissed.
And the chaos, it's not just in the House. The GOP tried to remove a state senator who was charged in a bizarre burglary case. However, the vote to remove Senator Nicole Mitchell ended in a tie, and it failed. She's accused of breaking into her stepmother's home to take some of her late father's belongings. Her court hearing was supposed to happen yesterday, but Republicans say that Senator Mitchell used her power as a lawmaker to have it postponed. Right now, the Senate GOP and Democrats have been sharing power here as the legislative body is perfectly tied.
We also know the Senate could end that tie today.
That's because voters will decide who will fill the seat of late Senator Carrie Dietzich. She lost her battle to cancer last month. Maria Lisignoli joining us now. A special election. We've already had the primary election. That's decided who's going to be in this. But what do voters need to know? Who's voting today?
Yeah, that's right. So Senator Dietzich, you know, she died back in December, and she left the Minnesota Senate split down the middle. She represented Senate District 60 from January 2012 to December 2024. So the party that wins this election will have control of the Senate. Who can vote today? Take a look at this map. Voters who live in these areas, which include Northeast Minneapolis, Cedar Riverside, and the University of Minnesota, are eligible to vote in this special election. The only early voting option you have today is dropping off your vote by mail ballot at the Elections and Voter Services main office, or drop it off at the Hennepin County Government Center until 8 p.m. tonight. Otherwise, you have until 7 a.m. to 5 p.m. to head to your polling place to cast your ballot in person. You can find that location on the City of Minneapolis website, and you can register to vote in person today at the polls. On your ballot today, you will see Democrat Darren Clark and Republican Abigail Walters. They won the primary election earlier this month. According to the Minnesota legislature, whoever wins this special election will take office immediately.
A lot still hanging in the balance this morning,
Right.
too, and today.
Break that tie then. All right, Maria, thank you.
School officials down in Lakeville are planning a vote today on the use of inclusion posters throughout their schools. This has been an issue that's been in and out of the court system since 2022. The district created the posters as an option for teachers instead of them bringing in their own expressions for the classroom. There are 8, they're seen here, the series, and then 2 of them feature Black Lives Matter, that term on them. Some families then asked the district to create different posters that said All Lives Matter or Blue Lives Matter, but when the district turned down that request, those families then sued the district in federal court. Parents are not the only ones watching this issue because attorneys we spoke with wonder if the courts could wade into ideological issues.
Oh, I think the question becomes, and in an argument like this, the question becomes, what is the harm that the individuals who are bringing the suit suffered? You can't create your own harm and then say, I want that harm resolved.
So again, that meeting in Lakeville tonight, the school board office, that's at 7 p.m. and a judge has ordered the 2 sides to try to settle the lawsuit in a special hearing next month.
More executive actions this morning to kick off President Trump's second week in office. Now, first, a freeze on nearly all federal financial assistance. That could just be hours away. Sources are telling CBS News that an internal memo from the White House is calling for a pause on grants and loans. They want to review all of those to make sure that they align with the Trump administration priorities. Doesn't specifically, this memo, specify what aid is being suspended, but it could range from things like student grants to anti-HIV prevention prevention efforts. The Senate's top Democrat, Chuck Schumer, wrote that it is, quote, jeopardizing billions upon billions of community grants and financial support that help millions of people across the country. Now, this is the latest step in President Trump's sweep of the federal government. On Monday, he signed a slew of executive orders that have been focused on the military. Things like reinstating with back pay thousands of service members who had been discharged for refusing the COVID-19 vaccine. Also directing the Pentagon to determine a policy for transgender troops within the month. And in the meantime, reinstating a ban that he first ordered back in 2017, as well as banning race and sex-based preferences.